Kia ora ngā. On today's video, we're going to be looking at reactive science again. Now, in this episode, we're going to be looking at the experiment we did last time with a little bit of a twist again. Now, I had a couple of hypotheses, and I'm going to reveal those to you, so stay tuned. Okay, back again, guys. Now, I've just got plain white vinegar in here at the moment. I'm just about to add some cooking oil. I'm only going to add a little bit this time. So just a small layer of cooking oil. And all that's doing is slowing down the reaction so we can actually see what's kind of happening between those layers. But we add a little bit more. Now, I'm going to add my food colouring. Now, this is all the same as last time, but this is going to be my secret ingredient this time. Now I'm going to add some plain dishwashing liquid. Now the reason I'm adding dishwashing liquid is because if you understand anything about water, dishwashing liquid breaks down the surface tension of liquids like water, and there's obviously a lot of water in vinegar because vinegar is essentially just sour grapes or soured wine or whatever you want to call it in a very simplistic sense. Now you can see here the viscosity or the thickness of the liquid of soap passing through that layer, okay, blobbing onto the bottom there. So that's quite cool in and of itself. Now what I think is going to happen is this is going to slow the reaction down a lot more, but we're also going to get much more of a foamy effervescence or foamy bubbling as opposed to just fizzy bubbling like last time. So like last time, I'm just going to add 1 plain teaspoon of baking soda. Here it is here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, ready, here we go. So there, that's landed quite well in view there. Now you can see it's already reacting with the vinegar. It's very slow because obviously there's soap mixed in there. There's a lot of red in there. Also, like last time, that baking soda has to wear off or wash off that oil layer off of the outside of itself. Now, already we can see that this is being slowed right down, the reaction, but there is a foam building on top. You can also see down in here that the baking soda is really starting to break down. So we might see much more fast reaction in a second. It's not as violent a reaction as last time, but now we're definitely developing foam and it's speeding up the decomposition of the baking soda, turning into carbon dioxide gas. Now, the other reason I added the soap is because the soap is catching the carbon dioxide gas and making that awesome foam layer on top. How cool is that? I'm a bit concerned that this is going to go out of the glass. Wow. That's quite an awesome. It's quite interesting watching the change of colour too. It's not as red anymore, it's going very pale pink. And that's to do with the soap mixing together. So it's still reacting. That's quite a cool reaction. So it's definitely slowed down now, and I'm pretty sure it's stopped. And you can see that the layer is still faintly there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it for a little while and see if it settles and what we get out of it after it settles. So I'll check back in a second. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes and you can see that this is where we're at with the reaction. Now you can see there's still quite a large foam layer on top there, and there's still quite a bit of movement going on with gases and things moving around. Now the thing that surprised me is that I think, and don't quote me on this, I'm going to have to do some research after this video and hopefully I can give you some feedback afterwards in the comment section, but it seemed like the soap was able to break down the surface tension of the oil as well as the vinegar, and it was quite cool for me anyway, watching how it slowed down the reaction, because once the soap mixed with the vinegar, it basically absorbed all that gas and turned it into foam, as opposed to letting it violently fizz away like the last one did. It was nowhere near as violent a eruption as the last one. What I'll do is I'll put a link, a card into this video so you can watch the first video again, just so it makes more sense. But yeah, so same as last time, but all I added was maybe a teaspoon of liquid soap, and this is what happened. So this is why it's important to wonder about science and ask questions. Now it's quite like this is still reacting as we're talking right now, and what I've noticed just now is this is the vinegar layer still, and this is the oil layer, and then you've got the foam head on top. So I mean, if I was to leave this here overnight, I'd probably end up with an oil layer with foam on top and vinegar, but sadly I don't have that time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit like. If you like the things that I do on my channel, hit subscribe. Please leave a comment or a suggestion in the comments below, and like I said, if I come across any information that elaborates more on what we've just done, I'll put it in the descriptions, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have in the comments as well. So until next time on Mr. Ashley's Place, ka kite, and I'll see you later.